Hey everyone, this is Jason at ARM-US, and if understanding and compliance with operational categories has eluded you, you're not the only one. Today we're not only going to break down these categories simply, we'll show you a new solution from AVSS to assist you in being compliant with these rules. First off, what are we talking about? Drone operations over people, more specifically, sustained flight over people. The first thing to understand is that what flying over people actually means. As far as the FAA is concerned, the rules dictating flights over people refer to sustained flight over people. Sustained flight means you're continuously flying, hovering over, or flying back and forth over an individual or a group of people. This does not include a one-time A to B type transit over people. We're talking you're continuously flying over a person or people as the main part of your operations. Next, we need to understand that operations over people are broken down into 4 categories, aptly titled Category 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are nuances to these rules, but we're going to try to put them as simply as possible. First off, with any of these categories, you must broadcast remote ID to fly over people. Additionally, your aircraft must be labeled with the operational category it's compliant with, and your aircraft must not have rotating parts that can lacerate the skin upon impact. More on that later. Now, Category 1 deals with aircraft weighing 0.55 pounds or less, which is also 249 grams, including everything on board at takeoff. As for the skin laceration portion, it's generally accepted that prop guards or cages can satisfy the requirement for skin laceration. So, if you have a drone that weighs 249 grams or less, including the prop guards, you can fly over people without any waivers or other paperwork from the FAA. For any aircraft weighing more than 0.55 pounds, you're looking at a Category 2, 3, or 4 operation. Additionally, for these categories, your aircraft or other equipment you use to satisfy requirements must be accepted by the FAA and appear on the FAA's Declaration of Compliance website, uasdoc.faa.gov. Category 2 states that to fly over people, your aircraft must not transfer more than 11 foot-pounds of kinetic energy upon impact. Category 3 states that your aircraft must not transfer more than 25 foot-pounds of kinetic energy on impact. Because of this higher injury threshold, sustained flight over people in Category 3 operations can only take place in a closed or restricted access site, and everybody at that site must be notified that drone operations are taking place, either via a briefing, waiver, or signage at egress points, or that anyone is either inside a stationary vehicle or under a covered structure. Weight and materials play a significant factor in both Category 2 and 3 operations, since the energy transfer indicated is directly tied to the weight and materials of the aircraft. Finally, Category 4 is basically the Holy Grail. To operate within Category 4, you must be flying an aircraft that has been issued an airworthiness certificate from the FAA. However, as of now, ARM-US is only aware of 2 drones that have been issued an airworthiness certificate by the FAA. So how do you make your operations compliant with these categories? Because of the restrictions on injury thresholds and energy transfer, having a parachute system is pretty much the only way to operate over people in compliance with Category 2 and 3 operations. That's where AVSS comes in. AVSS has spent the last several years working to bring a reliable solution to the market to satisfy requirements for operations over people. Not only that, but they've done the legwork and the research with the FAA to satisfy the requirements for these operations, and as of April 5th this year, the FAA has accepted AVSS's means of compliance. AVSS has created parachute recovery systems for aircraft including the Mavic 3 Enterprise Series, M30, 300, and 350, and the new M3D series. AVSS systems integrate with the aircraft without interfering with any existing systems like GPS modules and payloads. This integration is what allows the AVSS system to automatically terminate the operation of the aircraft when a failure of the system has been detected, be it motor failure, battery depletion, or other critical errors. Not only does this take the guesswork out of deployment of the parachute, but it also allows AVSS to satisfy the requirements for skin laceration we mentioned earlier. When the system deploys, it automatically terminates the rotation of the motors, eliminating the necessity for prop guards or other means of protection for those on the ground. RMUS is excited to bring AVSS systems to the market, and if you have any additional questions or need any more information, reach out to the team here at RMUS. As always, make sure you like and subscribe and stay tuned to the channel for the latest in drones and technology.